Jefferson Community College, a SUNY junior college right here in Jefferson County, has seen incredible growth over the years. And to think it all started in the early 60s at an elementary school. WPBS producer Eric Cleary sat down with the school librarian and shares this trip back in time.
Many in the area are well aware of Jefferson Community College and its impact on local higher education. But did you know that JCC wasn't always in its current location? The college actually has roots on the north side of Watertown, on this very corner of Lansing Street. JCC librarian John Thomas shares the origins of the college.
JCC was founded November 7th, 1961. And it was interesting, it was the second, it was founded through a referendum of the voters of Jefferson County. And it was the second time around. In 1959, they tried and failed by 8 votes, I believe. And the second time around, it passed by a very healthy margin, 2,700 votes, I believe.
At the time of the election, there were already several SUNY colleges in the state. This played a very big role in swaying voters in favor of having their own SUNY college locally.
I'm reading through the documents of the founding. There were several around the state at that point, and so that helped, I think. There was some momentum. I'm thinking of I'm kind of inferring this, but think of late 50s, early 60s, the baby boomers are greatly expanded population in their teens, and the founding documents or the documents created by the committee, they do speak of how the competition to get into private colleges. It sounds like there were more people wanted college than could easily be provided. Expenses of traveling to distant cities. Also a concern for frankly, losing money. Young people leaving the Watertown area to go to college elsewhere. The nearest college was, I think, 60 miles away, probably about the same situation it is now. And certainly, as they were preparing documentation about the need and selling it to the voters, they were tracking number of high school seniors, in all in the local schools. I mean, they knew how many folks were coming up, and they had some mechanism to kind of calculate how many might go to college. So that understanding and trying to attract the young folks was certainly a significant part of it. I can't quote the figures right now, but the first enrollment stats from fall of '63, I think it's like around 120 in the daytime, but over 200 in the evening sessions, which I would assume those folks might be the more what we call now the non-traditional or more adult learner groups. The first president of JCC was James E. McVean, and he was unanimously selected as president in August of 1962. So very interesting, long history with the college, and did a great job getting it off the ground. The college was originally located at 643 Lansing Street in an elementary school building no longer being used by the Watertown School District. It's interesting, there were other locations suggested. The Madison Barracks in Sackett's Harbor was on the table. They considered having classes at the YMCA. There was a county hospital that was under consideration as well, and there was quite a bit of reading through the minutes. A lot of discussion, a lot of debate, a lot of concern about the cost of renovation, etc. But in the end, the Lansing Street location won the support of the Board of Trustees. There were classes held at the Lansing Street location for a little bit over 2 years. And the campus was dedicated here, its current location, Coffeen Street, in September of '65. Looking at several of the anecdotes and some interviews from that time, everything was in a relatively small space. It sounds like there were 3 floors. There were lab facilities near or in men's bathroom, women's bathroom. There was a very small snack bar, and it sounds like might be like a machine that was the snack bar. So very small. All the faculty were all in one big room as their offices, for example. They made do with what they had, and they knew it was a temporary situation. And from what I've read, it sounds like for the most part they all enjoyed it and had quite a little family there, actually. It's interesting, there's a course listing in the catalog from '65, And I do a lot of library instruction. Some of the same course numbers are still in existence. English 101, English 102 still exist. There have been other changes, but it's interesting. It's had a lot of longevity, some of them. So.
Jefferson Community College has been educating students for over 50 years. And while some things have changed, many have not. And as the campus and student body continues to grow, so do the traditions and influence the college has on the community. For WPBS Weekly, I'm Eric Cleary.